Hey everybody, this is Jen. Welcome to the homestead and welcome to my channel. Today is Transplanting Day. It is the first part of October and we are moving some perennials and some other things from the original garden that's been resting all year. We're moving the perennials and stuff to the brand new big garden space. Because we're going to be tilling the old garden, and we don't till very often, but it's been resting and we haven't tilled it in 7 years, so we're going to go ahead and till it under and start fresh with a brand new slate for most of the garden area. We still have where my medicinal herbs are and my rose garden area. Those aren't going to be touched, but the rest of the garden is going to get tilled under and we're going to start fresh next year. But first, we need to move some of the perennials and things that are in the way and put them in the new garden space. So I'm going to show you what we are doing today in a few video clips. So follow me along right here on Garden Jen's Journey. We are currently digging out the root ball of a 5-year-old Chicago fig. This thing has really established itself and it's a pain to dig out. We are transplanting it to the big garden where it's more fertile soil in hopes that this will produce figs in time for them to ripen before the frost. It has been producing figs, but not in time for them to mature before the frost. So hoping by moving it, we can save it. So he's been working on this for about 15 minutes trying to dig out this massive root system. We're making progress. Can he get it, ladies and gentlemen? Can he get it? There we go.
Whew! That's a big hole.
So yeah, now we gotta put that in another big hole in the big garden after he takes a break.
Just dug myself a grave.
Well, don't die in it.
Your turn. You can dig the next one of them out. Goodbye. Okay, let's get. Keep hitting the rotors. 2, 3. You big beast. Oh, you're so dry. Oh.
Yeah, everything's gonna be watered in once we get it. You need to stand kind of on the center of it to push it down without breaking the roots too much, or the stems too much. There you go. And once I water it in, it'll settle in there. Alright, on to the sage. Alright, getting ready to just water in the plants that we have just transplanted. So I figured I'd do a quick walk, just in summary for the video today. These are some of the trellises that we finally pulled out of the old garden. These were the original cattle panel trellises I had in the old garden, and they finally got pulled out. So they'll be put in their new home probably down there sometime later on. Not in a real hurry. The biggest thing was getting them out of the garden again, so my husband could rototill that area. So I'm going to start watering in some of these plants, so I'll kind of show you what's going on. Right here we have my currant bushes, and we have a sage plant. I have herbs planted throughout the garden space, pungent herbs to kind of keep away the bad bugs. So next to my currant bushes, I have the sage here. We're going to go ahead and water this in. So I have 6 currant bushes. I actually don't know what kind these are because I got these from a friend of mine, and they're in the back of a person's garden that they had for a long time, and it was a beautiful garden back in its heyday, full of different fruits and flowering shrubs and things. It was a beautiful, beautiful garden. And then the guy passed away, the home got sold, and the yard kind of went to pot. It became just an overgrown mess. So nobody knows exactly what was back there because there's no real record of what the guy had back there. So we'll see hopefully next year when these guys produce some fruit what we have. So we got the currant, and then over there is a maple tree seedling that we have transplanted. And we're going to be putting along the fence here, we're going to be putting a row of popples. I think I have an ash tree and possibly a catalpa. I'll put it along the edge of the fence line here, not next to the fence, of course, but far enough away where they can grow and create a windbreak, because we don't have one, because the winds come directly there from the north. And you see we do have a beautiful pine forest there, but the winds come over those trees and down and straight across the field here and really hit us pretty hard. So we're going to make our own little windbreak out of some poplar and things like that. So of course I'm walking across all these weeds that have grown. See, the frost has killed my beans. So that's okay. Here's the sage that we transplanted. Gotta water this bad boy in here. So, but yeah, I got sage. And then I had my son dig up my canna lilies because I have to get those rhizomes put away over the winter. So I'll show you those. So these are my cannas that we've dug up. See, look at all those rhizomes. Aren't they beautiful? So I have lots of cannas. Here's the other one. That one is really, really pretty. It's a red one. And it's got red leaves and red flowers. It's kind of pretty. And then down here is my lemon verbena. I just transplanted it. It got frost damaged, but that's okay. We're going to water it in, and then I will cover it tonight. And probably for a while I'll cover it overnight with a cloth just to protect it while the roots kind of do their thing. Okay. Continuing on, my squash all killed from the frost. The sunflowers took a hit, but they're still there. I transplanted my big marjoram. This Margie here, as we call it, she's about 4 years old. 4-year-old marjoram plant. And I had put a brand new seedling in earlier this year. That's what the one in the back here that looks healthier. That one right there. That one was one we transplanted earlier this year. But we decided to move Margie because where she was going to get tilled. And so I put all the marjoram together. And this plant actually, this is only about half of what it was when we dug it up. It was a really, really big plant. Marjoram and oregano, they're very similar. They're in the same family. And they're also in the mint family, so they get pretty big. Alright, let's go over to the fig. Alright, so again, this is the Chicago hardy fig. It's a fig that grows in our zone. This is zone 5B here. And the way that this guy grows, is why it was so hard for my son to dig out, is it grows kind of like a bush. And as the different branches lay down onto the ground, much like the nightshade family and some mints, the branches will root themselves into the ground at the contact point of the soil. So we had lots of branches that had laid along the ground and rooted into the ground. So my son had to go back and trace back to find the actual beginning of the plant and dig it up. So here we are. It's in its new home here in the corner of the garden. This is the northeast corner. So it should be happy here. It'll get lots of sun in this spot and have lots of room to grow. And also this area is very fertile because it's been pasture land for over a decade. So this should grow very good, and we should actually get some figs off it next year, I'm hoping. Like I said, this plant has produced figs. It does do what it's supposed to do, but I think because of the nutrients that it was not getting, those figs were not growing in time for them to be able to be pollinated and develop into actual figs you could eat. So this is a brand new spot, and we shall see how it goes. Okay, so I hope that you are able to enjoy the short video today of different things that we moved around. Still got a lot more moving to do. We have trellises that have to be moved into place and things like that, but we're not in a hurry to do that right now. Little by little. It was mainly getting the plants moved and getting them watered in. We've already had our first hard frost, and so we need to make sure that we're getting our plants that have to be moved so they can be ready to survive the winter. So thank you so much for following me today. I appreciate you being along with me on this journey. If you haven't, please click the subscribe button down below. Love to have you with us. And as always, I hope wherever you are, you're wonderfully blessed. So until next time, everybody, bye-bye.